Hello and welcome back. I was inspired to make today's because of Blackpink. I kept thinking about when they'll be able to leave trash and I mean YG Entertainment, so then I was wait, what about RV? Their 7 years should be up by now. Which is what led me here. Let's talk about Redvelvet's future, now that their debut contract is expiring. RV. Redvelvet is K-pop girl group under SM Entertainment, which is the first and one of the biggest entertainment company in the K-pop entertainment industry. They debuted as 4-member in 2014 with their debut song Happiness, then a year later a 5th member was added to the group. Usually most contracts idols sign when their debut is 7 years, so their contract should be ending this year. I actually decided to do this video when I saw that every SM artist would be getting new merch except Redvelvet. One more thing before I officially get into the video, I just want to clarify to people that it's generally not SME's fault RV hasn't had a comeback in a hot minute. Wendy got seriously hurt in 2019 December, and it took her about a little over a year to fully recover. It's only this January that she's back and fully recovered, so honestly speaking Redvelvet as group couldn't have any comeback. If we're lucky SM may give us a group comeback before they disband or just disappear like the rest of their other groups. Okay, so starting up first with Seulgi, the leader. I think she and Irene will continue to be a duet and occasionally release music. The duo was a hit, and they'll continue to release sultry, sexy dark kind of music. Like SM style music, if you occasionally listen to SM artists you'll see that music style and consent that their boy groups and girls have are very different. The moment you hear a song it's sort of natural to be like, oh yeah, that's an SM song. Because they have this unique sound for their boy groups and BOA, but it comes to groups like Redvelvet, aespa, taeyeon and FX. It's hard to identify, so I think the company will continue or like finally give their female artists that kind of music style. It's so nice and unique, I was actually hoping for aespa to have something like that concept. So back to Seulgi, she's an all-rounder in every aspect and Koreans love her. She has a lovely personality and would be great occasionally on variety shows and will continue to work with different brands. Maybe even become a brand ambassador for a luxury brand. Now a mini segment for like the what if she decides not to renew or sign another contract with SM Entertainment, what company should she go to? I'll be doing this for every member into group, so stay tuned for that too. For Seulgi, she honestly fits SM more than SM fits SM. She's a perfect all-rounder with the SM vibes. I'm placing my bet on her most likely resigning with them. But if she was to join another company it would YG Entertainment. She has the ability to create a dark aura and pulls off such concepts off well. I think she could be able to pull a YG style off. I honestly don't see her suiting any other company's style or any company suiting her style. SM is simply the best for her. Second, moving on to Irene. She's making her acting debut this year in the movie Double Party as the female lead. Like I said earlier, I can definitely see Irene and Seulgi Dao being really successful. Irene regaining her brand deals, more modeling and occasionally acting on the side. She would be like the elegant luxury side of the duo whilst Seulgi would sort of be like the baddie tomboyish part, and then when they come together, they'll have this sexy, dark chic badass concept. Once again, like Seulgi, I don't see her joining another company nor any other suiting her vibe, vice versa. For the third member, Wendy. She's just amazing. Her vocals and visuals heavenly, she heavily suits the SM vibes. I can definitely see her singing osts, going on variety shows. She just has great aura and charisma about her. Out of all the members I can definitely see Wendy being a standout soloist. Even Seulgi too. Wendy would be like the Taeyeon of Redvelvet whilst Seulgi may be BOA. I'm not too sure about that comparison. Once again, definitely an acting career like the other members. But Wendy has the most potential. For company for Wendy, she's literally SM style. SM is her style. There's so many other companies aside from the big four that could possibly go with her style, but SM is the best. I can definitely see her as an artist under Bighit Entertainment, or shall I say Hype Entertainment. BH new name creeps me out. If not Bighit, they may be a Western company like UMG or Warner Music. A stretch, but maybe even Beyonce's label. Lol. I can only dream. Speaking of acting, let's talk about Joy. She's already had her acting debut. And she's a relatively good actress, but I just feel like people shit on her acting because of the roles they give her. Like in the two dramas that I know of her acting in, first one is The Great Seducer. People didn't like her because her character, cause she would always be interrupting the main leads. And that's not Joy's fault, it really the fault of the writer and director. Then the second drama that I know of is The Liar and His Lover, which was her debut drama. I genuinely loved the drama and her acting. It was cute and I felt that she really embodied the character's dumbness and determination. Lol. But the only problem was the story plot. It was a little weak, so like ateez just used that as an excuse to shit on her acting, and cause she got the female lead on her first drama. So they were like, that's not fair. I think with time and more acting projects, she will become loved like D.O. Cause she has great potential, it just that SM needs to get her project that will build up her resume and make it diverse with the characters that she will be playing. They should focus on getting her more minor roles, not lead roles, so she doesn't get a lot of hate. But like give her like maybe one of the lead's sister or cousin, or just a regular employee. Or maybe even let her be in a daily drama. I can also see her being a major influencer and succeeding in the fashion industry as a model, and maybe even a clothing line, that I can definitely see. Oddly enough, as bubbly and kind as Joy is, she actually gets a lot of hate from K-netizens, I think mainly because she's openly a feminist, wears and reads female empowerment clothes and books. Openly displayed on her posts, and maybe she's just one of those idols that gets hate for breathing. I'm not quite sure why though. I'm not a rebel, but I just a casual listener. For company, I can see Joy maybe pulling off a JYP style, but since their acting department is closed, it wouldn't be a relatively smart choice. Especially since they mainly focus on releasing music and only groups, the few soloists barely get any comeback. Even YG Dungeon is better at this point, at least you know that they're working on new music and shit is being done. But JYP Dungeon is Dungeon, nothing being done. Then I can really see Joy in Bighit or Nation. I'm mainly mentioning bigger or more well-known companies because I feel it wouldn't be smart to go to a smaller company, because then they'll rely on solely that one person to be the major breadwinner, as they're already established artists, and it would be easier to mistreated. I think like being under a more established company with many other artists means that you don't have to constantly be busy in doing so much, cause like for example in SM 1 or 2 comeback a year is fine, they are other artists to bring a source of income over the year. Another example of what I'm saying is like Chunga or you, they're the breadwinners of their company and the company relays heavily on them for income and activity over the year. As in Chunga's case, she was the only artist in the company up until last year. So she would have to have like 2 or 3 comebacks a year in order to sustain the company. Similar case for you. Same case for BTS before Text and Co's debut. It was only them sustaining the company and being the breadwinners, so there's so much pressure and work that needs to be done. In order for the artist to be successful and to be secure financial, not just individually but also their company, in order for them to grow. Now for the last member, Yeri. She joined Redvelvet in 2015, a year after their debut. She's been training since she was a little kid. I can't remember how old she was exactly, but not more than 12 years old. Yeri recently has or will be making her acting debut on the drama Mint Conditioner. I also saw a mini clip of her acting in the drama and it looked so good, even K-netizens were praising her. With Yeri making her acting debut and see her being a really successful actress. If I were to choose between Yeri and Joy, for I can see as winning an acting award first, I wouldn't hesitate to choose Yeri. That is as of right now. Her drama isn't out, so I'm just basing on that mini clip and my imagination and my high hopes for Yeri to really successful with her acting debut and get some recognition and respect, at least for her efforts and hard work. Yeri is also a major social bird. She's literally friends with everyone. She likes Somi but 10x more. Lol. She's also a social influencer and has a YouTube channel, I think, or is it a segment where she uploads cooking videos on a channel which I think is not her. I can't really remember, but I do know for sure she does YouTube content. So if she doesn't have her own personal channel already, I can definitely see her having one. With her social skills and social media presence, she can have a lot of impact and opportunity. If she can capitalize on it well. I can also see her doing more modeling, maybe brand ambassadorship, a collection and so much more. I see her out of everyone else in the group, she enjoy to be the most diverse and impactful too. Only if they or their company manages them well, will they be able to reach such a potential. But if restricted and shunned to one type role, for example like only modeling, it won't allow them to grow in different aspects and diversity and build their resume. Now if she was to leave SM Entertainment, that would be in 2022, as she most likely signed a 7-year contract with them when she debuted and not the same time as the other members. Also the new contract renewal law, I think it's 5 years maximized, not 7 years again, in order to avoid slave contracts which many idols have fallen victim to. I can see her staying in SM and them treating her decently well, but I can also see her as an artist under Nation. Now for the group as a whole's future. There's a good chance the group may disband. But there's also a chance they may not. SM is notorious for their girl groups disbanding without officially disbanding. And I hope it's not going to be the same for RV. I think that the group as a while may go on a hiatus and maybe have a comeback every year or every other year, whilst each member focuses on their solo career or the new path ahead of them. I would like to think that the members would still want the group to be together, but after so long they'd want a little something of their own that doesn't revolve around the group. Maybe even pull a got7 on us, lol. Even if they don't pull a complete got7 on fans, I would hope that they would remain together as a group but just go their separate ways. Well, that's it for this video, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button and comment down below your thoughts on the group's future. Till next time then, ciao.